and welcome back to the show. Well, we know every year people get together and they make New Year's resolutions with the purpose, getting rid of old habits, changing their lifestyles, and making a difference. Well, research shows fewer than 10% of individuals actually manage to keep their resolutions for more than a few months. They actually give up on their resolutions due to the inability to get the results that they want. But the question is, why do some people continuously fail to achieve their New Year's resolution year after year? Here now to share a little bit more is career strategist and TV contributor, Elizabeth Koraca, who joins us now. And Elizabeth, welcome back and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Always good to be back with you, Daren.
Well, let's go at it. I mean, let's think about this. It's New Year, January, new goals, new ideas. And for some people, we just fall back into the same old thing. So talk to us about how we can really have sustainable New Year's goals and really bring these things to pass. Because as I said in the intro, a lot of people just don't.
Exactly. And you touched upon New Year's resolutions, and I think it's really important to remember that a resolution, a New Year's resolution is a goal. That's all it is. So you want to treat it as a goal, and you want to create a new habit for yourself. You want to create a new routine. Remember, I want you to visualize what you want your 2021 to look like. 2020 is in the rearview mirror. Leave that garbage behind. Of course, I know there were some high moments and a lot of low moments for all of us. So you want to be keeping in mind, what didn't serve me in 2020? How can I leave that behind? And what do I want my 2021 to look like?
Goals are ultra important. And I think a lot of people do make goals and set goals, but sometimes others, we kind of like fly by the seat of our pants. Talk about the importance of goal setting, what it means, and especially right now, like we're in January, there's still time for people to really get on the wagon.
Exactly, Daren. It is never too late to set goals. And yes, most of us know we should be setting goals, but the issue is a lot of us are not. So when you set a goal, you are now taking control and charge of your life, of what you want your future to look like. As we've just experienced, there is a lot that we're not in control of, but what we can control is the choices that we make in our life. And by setting goals, you are making a choice for a better life, what you want, your dreams. You're in charge and take control.
So as I have these goals, obviously 2021 is in front of me. I'm trying to really actualize them, trying to really, trying to bring them to pass. What happens if I run into that wall? I mean, nobody was anticipating coronavirus last year. I think that just kind of like stopped and impacted everything that we wanted to do. What happens if I hit that wall? Maybe it's not coronavirus. Maybe it's just life happens.
Yes, life does happen. So what I want you to do when you're creating this goal document for yourself, whether it be in the notes of your phone, on a Word document, in a notebook, on a piece of paper, wherever it is, I want you at the top, I want you to write your vision. What do I want my 2021 to look like? What is the vision for my life? Then I want you to go down a little bit and write your purpose. What is my why? Why do I do the things that I do? Your why is your driver. That's what's going to push you forward during those tough times. Then I want you to set priorities for the year. What are my 5 priorities? What is most important to me this year? And then month by month, you can start mapping it out. For example, let's say it is get a new job. Well, don't just put get a new job. Write a little action item below it. I'm going to call, Sally, Joe, Bobby by, February 15th. Set some deadlines, put them in the calendar, make it happen.
And we're talking about making it happen. Obviously, a lot of people do make it happen. Some people don't make it happen. But as we talk about achieving those goals, crossing those goals off as you go forward, some people don't know what the goals set for. Give us an idea. What are some things I really should be looking to really make a goal setting plan or to achieve these New Year's resolutions? I've got some things I want to do. I really can't figure it out in my head. What are some of the things I should be looking at and saying, maybe I need to be going after that?
I want you to brainstorm, write it out on paper, chunk it out, put it in chunks. These are the things that I'm unhappy with, that I'm really not happy with when it comes to my life. I want to change my career. I want to change my job. I want to make more money. Okay. That's a really popular one. I want to lose weight and get fit. Well, if you want to lose weight and get fit, don't just write down lose weight, get fit. I want to lose 15 pounds, by April, let's say April 1st. And how am I going to do that? Am I going to eat better? Do I have an accountability partner? Can I have someone that keeps me on track or is on this journey with me together? And remember your why, like we talked about in our goals document that you're going to be creating. Why do I want to lose this 15 pounds? Is it just to feel better? Is it because I'm on the brink of getting diabetes? Is it because I want to be able to run and run after my kids and not be winded? That is what's going to be your driver. And when we talk about getting a new job, is it because I don't get along with my boss? I don't feel supported by my colleagues. I feel like I'm not making the money I should. Think about your why, create your plan as to how you're going to get there.
What are some of the common mistakes that people make during a time like this? Because we make many.
We sure do. And that's such a great point. We're only human. Nobody is perfect. And we're all going through similar, issues and challenges right now. But what I do recommend is if you want to stay on track with your goals and your dreams and feeling in charge, staying in control, is to have that document printed out, have it on your desk or your nightside table. Stick it to your bathroom mirror. You want to have those reminders. You want to be reminded of what it is you really want, because if you don't, you will fall back into old patterns.
We're on the precipice of really moving into a new presidential administration. We understand that, Joe Biden won. He's got 80 million votes. You've got Donald Trump, who lost, and he's got 70 million votes. So really, we've got a divided country, right? But when we talk about the workspace, when we talk about friends, having a political conversation may not be the most optimum these days. It can be tense, but give us a little bit of some tips now that there's a new president taking office. What are some of the ways that we can navigate having political conversations, if any?
You know what? It's just about being respectful. If there's a colleague that that you have two very differing opinions, the workplace is not the place to have that conversation. Okay. Perhaps you know of a colleague that might share the same political affiliation or thoughts as you. And perhaps having a conversation with them feels okay and feels right, and you feel supported in that moment. But I also feel like, if you're worried about something, if you're concerned, if you feel like either you're being bullied up against, or you feel like you're in the minority in the workplace when it comes to political affiliation, speak to your manager. Speak to your manager, speak to HR. What are the policies? Because more and more, because as you mentioned, the divide, HR and different firms and companies are setting boundaries more and more when it comes to politics, wearing buttons, wearing t-shirts. Just be aware. It's not that you can't be excited for what you believe in, but there's a time and place, and often the workplace is not the place for that. Do it after hours.
Yeah, but we know that, the way the country is right now, so many people are having conversations, and we're watching, even right now, people are losing their jobs for political purposes. And it's almost like you have to do a great job of safeguarding yourself to make sure that, first of all, that you're not crossing the line, but also at the same time, also in a certain kind of way, being able to keep the peace, right?
Exactly, exactly. It's all about, keeping the peace. And it's so hard sometimes when you feel so differently than somebody else. But what I always do is I try to put myself in that other person's shoes. How were they brought up? What kind of home did they come from? What region of the country are they from? Where school did they go to? Who are their influencers? Okay. It's not that that other person is right and you are wrong and vice versa, but sometimes we have a little bit more understanding of where the other person is coming from, even though you do not agree, okay, and it might not be right, but you want to try to put yourself in that other person's shoes. It will help you feel less angry, less combative, and it will put you in a better, more peaceful and calm state. So I highly recommend doing it.
Yeah. Elizabeth, we got to leave it there, but thank you so much for joining us. We're excited about the new year. Got to bring you back, and we're going to find out how we're all making out with these goals and these ideas, because a lot of us do fall off the wagon, and we definitely need to do our best to keep it going. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daren. A pleasure to always be with you and your viewers.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth. And for more information, you can always visit her website at elizabethkoraca.com and also on her social media platforms at Elizabeth Koraca.